Hello, it's Ron from Ask Ron and Sue. Today we're going to have a look at cleansing your crystals. Now, cleansing is one of those words that is used generically and has a few different meanings. Some people mean to clean your crystals. Like you've got home, you've bought some new crystals and they're physically dirty, or you've got something like an amethyst cluster hanging around the house and it's got dusty over time and it needs to be cleaned. One way you can go about this, if it's a hard stone, like an amethyst for example, you can run it under the tap and that will wash all the dirt and everything off, and that's a quick, easy way to cleanse or clean your crystal. If it's a soft crystal, like for example a piece of selenite, and it's physically dirty, like it's got some smudge marks and dust and dirt on it, because this is a soft crystal and it will dissolve in water, you don't want to plunge this and leave it soaking in a bath for 24 hours because you're going to diminish your crystal. A good idea here is to get a damp cloth and just wipe all the dirt off and get it as clean as you can and let it to dry as quickly as possible. If it was really dirty, you could take the risk and plunge it in some water and then dry it with a hairdryer for example, and that would be a way to get it clean. Now, that's physically cleaning, but a lot of people talk about cleansing. Now here we're talking more about an energetic cleaning, removing some of the dross and the negative energies that are built up around the crystal. Now again, one of the simplest, most effective ways to do this is to wash it under running water. When we were first learning crystal healing ourselves, we were told to use ocean water as this is really effective, and I found that yes it is, but the reason I don't put a lot of emphasis on this is because not everybody can get to the ocean and collect it. And plus it can get a little bit confusing because I've read two different texts. One says that you should collect it on the incoming tide, another text says you should collect it on the outgoing tide. I guess as long as it's fresh, clean ocean water, it really doesn't matter. Now, another way that you can cleanse your crystals is to sit them out in the daylight. In the morning sun's preferable for a couple of hours. In our particular case, we've found our local family of magpies come and pinch the smaller crystals, so we've had to put a glass bowl over the top of them to prevent them from getting away with sometimes some quite valuable crystals. Another way is that you can get a smudge stick and you light the smudge, and when the smoke's coming off you can pass your crystals through the smoke, and that's one way to get them cleansed or cleansed. Or if you can sit them all on a tray, you can get the smoke fairly close to them and waft it over them. Another way is to use your own breath, pranic breath. Now that has a cleansing effect on the crystals that you own. Often when we get them home from a purchasing trip, these are the ones we're going to use for our own personal use, we'll take the crystal, hold it in our cupped hands, and with the intention of having that crystal cleanse, blow our breath through and over the crystal, and that energetically cleanses it. So again, just a quick little recap: if you've been buying and the crystals are physically dirty, it's a good idea to wash them or clean them in some way. Then you can energetically cleanse them. Now some people use the word cleanse when they also mean to recharge. And recharging, for example, some people like to sit them out under the full moon every month. Some people like to put them out in the early morning sun. Another way you can also do it is you can use your full intention with that breath, so that you're just charging and basically insisting that the crystal comes clean. So there's some simple, easy and effective methods. There are other ways that people can use. For example, if you're attuned to Reiki, you can use the Reiki energy to cleanse the crystals. And some people, although I'm only mentioning this in passing, it's a hard one for a lot of people to do, but you can just use pure intention to cleanse the crystals as well. But the simple ways: wash them if they're hard crystals that are not going to dissolve in water. If they're physically dirty and they're softer crystals, you can clean them with a damp cloth, but don't do this too often. You can sit them out in the morning sun, you can put them under the full moon, you can use your pranic breath to cleanse them, or you can use energetic healing like Reiki to cleanse them. They're just some simple, easy ways to cleanse your crystals. Thank you.